We're going to learn a little bit of that today. That's what I thought we'd do. Let's work on the blues. Not because we need to be blue during Christmas, but it's just something fun to do. And so I thought we would do that. So I'm just sitting here with my tea tonight and thinking exactly what I wanted to share. And I got to thinking about these guitars. This one's a harmony, and it's a 60s, from the 60s. This was gifted to me this year, and it's very special. And it's all solid mahogany. It's really something. And inside it has a conversion kit in there where they changed out the braces to an X brace. I don't know what it sounded like before, but I'll tell you right now, this one sounds really great. It actually has solid wood, not just solid wood. The woods themselves, they're one pieces. In other words, this mahogany on the back here, you'll notice there's no seam. It's all one piece of wood. And the same thing with the top. There's no seam. It's just all one piece. So it's quite the guitar. And so I thought we would learn a little bit of the blues, but I wanted to show you something before I get into that, in that this guitar size, this is like a 15-inch bout. It's 15 1/8 inch, a little bit over 15. Well, I have a guitar here that also is 15 inches, and it's got the same depth too, 4 inches. This one's made by Lowden. It's the Sheeran guitar. Now these are made with laminated back and side, solid top. But I wanted you to hear the difference between the two, because they're similar size, totally different woods. Certainly, they're totally different guitars, basically. But they're close in size. So that's why I wanted to kind of compare them. And then I'm going to do a little lesson on the blues and just give you a little bit on that today. And but listen to this guitar. Now listen to this one. This one has a lot more bassy sounds to it. Very mellow, but that's typical of mahogany. The other seems to be a little bit on the brighter side, not as loud as this one. Certainly a great sounding guitar. In fact, I like to take this when I travel. It's just a great travel guitar, very comfortable. But you can see in the 60s, they sure knew how to make guitars. This thing is fantastic. And maybe it's got something to do with that conversion kit that's in there, changing out the X to the X brace. Maybe it's the solid mahogany. Maybe it's the fact that it's one piece in terms of the woods, the way they were manufactured. Yeah, I mean, these things were made back when catalogs were selling guitars. And look at how awesome it is 60 years later. Sounds just great. It's just a great guitar. Anyways, I thought I'd show you that. I thought it was kind of interesting. I just happened to see that and thought, man, I need to compare those. So I'm not plugged in today. I'm just playing into a mic. And I'm going to use this guitar to do our little lesson. But what I wanted to show you was just this. And then we're going to move up. We'll move up. Okay. Now I'm going to show that to you. It's actually, we're going to take it in small bites. We'll go as far as we can with it. But if you take it in small pieces and work on it, like just take the first part and work on it, if it's not comfortable to you. If you do that and with repetition, it'll come to you. You'll get it, okay? So take it slow. Don't ever, try to move right into it and move real fast right away. You always have to take it slow until you get it memorized, get it down in your head. And it doesn't need to sound exactly how I'm playing. I'm just making this up as I go along. This is not a song that's been written someplace. It's just the blues. Blues are spontaneous. You have different riffs that you learn, and you go to those things and you play them and you're playing along with people. But as far as it being a song, in itself, every time I play the blues type songs with somebody else, it sounds different every time. I'm sure there are some written out there that you would want them to sound exactly the way they were written. But for the most part, when you sit down and jam with somebody, the sky's the limit, but you got to learn little things to go along with it. And that's what's so fun about it. It's one of those things that I noticed when I'm traveling and I walk into a store, somebody picks up a guitar and they want to play with you, that's the first thing they do is they start getting into something like that. And then you just pick up your guitar and you play along with it. And it's just a lot of fun. Okay, so let's get started on this. So the first part of this, what I'm doing is I'm just playing an E7. Okay, and then I'm actually adding that seventh up here. Okay, and you'll notice I'm doing a hammer-on. I'm pinching string 6 and string 3. You notice I'm not playing the 5th string, and that's, you're hearing it because you're hearing the hammer-on. Hear it? Okay. So this is where we're going to bring the pinky finger in. So we do that hammer-on. So it's open E. I think we did this part before. Okay. So that piece you want to get it down if you haven't already done that. Okay. Let me get a little T here. Okay. So then the next piece to this is that 2-finger. Well, it's kind of a step down, really. So it's so you're playing only strings 1 and 3. So your first finger's picking 3rd string, and your first finger on the left-hand side is on the 4th fret, 3rd string, and your middle finger's on the 1st string. So basically, it also is on the 4th fret. See them right there? And these fingers are just playing that. And you slide back 1 fret. you slide back 1 fret. Notice I'm not playing anything but just that hammer on the E7th. Okay. So that's what you're going to practice for a bit. Okay, so do that over and over again. Now, when you're playing these blues, though, you want to move into the next chord. So usually what I do is I go through it twice. So here's the second time. Now we're going to move to the next chord. Now on the 5th fret, you bar it, and then you're going to hammer on that E7th shape. So the pinky finger's still working on that 2nd string. Now, some of you out there are not at the place where you can do bar chords yet, and that's okay. You'll get to that eventually. So what I want you to do is, hopefully you know how to make the F shape, is make that F shape there instead. And what you can do is just take your thumb, play the 4th string, and these 3 fingers will 3, 2, 1. So I'm just pinching them. Okay, so those of you that can, and those that can't, play the F shape. And that's going to be true when you move up 2 frets to the B. Okay, so it just depends on where you're at as to which one of those you'll use. So let's back up again and then kind of put it in context. So this fill in, you're going to go up to the 7th fret. Or excuse me, not the 7th fret, but the 9th fret. And it's the same thing, same fingering. Just start at the 9th fret. Okay. And then you're going to move up to the 9th fret, or excuse me, to the, oh, I just messed up there. Okay, then you're going to move up to the, you're moving up to the 7th fret there. And here is the 11th fret. Okay? The same fingering, just you're on a different place on the fingerboard. In this case, it's 11th fret, 10th fret, 9th fret. Same thing, pointer fingers on the 3rd string and the middle fingers on the 1st string. And that's all you're playing is 3rd string, 1st string. So let's put it together now, because that's it right there. It's all you need to know is you need to know. And you need to know these. Okay, so you've got to put those pieces together. But let's just take it from the top. This is the second time. So now I'm going to move up to the A. So take that and work on it. It'll take a little bit, and you'll just have to listen to it a few times. Just remember this first part, do it twice. Here's the second time. Now you can move up to the 5th fret, which is the A. Oops. You only do it one stop. Back to the first one. Then you're going to go to the B. Then you go to the A. Okay, so that's it. So give that a try. It'll be a workout for you, but just remember, if you can't do the bar chords, then make the F shape. All right. Okay, well, I'm going to leave it right there. And I'm going to remind you that on the 23rd, we're going to have a live again. It's the Christmas live. I'm calling it the Christmas special. I do have some guests coming in this next time, so we'll have a little fun with that. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. I'm really moving closer to the 10,000 mark. I just might get it before the end of the year. I don't know, things just started moving along, and it's pretty exciting. There's still time for cards. If you send out a card to me, I'll send you back one with my sticker logo in it. And you'll find the address underneath the description. And I think that's it. All right. Well, I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are in this world.